What's up, everybody? It's your favorite show, Get a Bucket. I'm your host, Trey, and as usual, I hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. And as you can see, we got some returnees here. So we got Freddie, we got Reese, and we got Jordan. Fellas, how's everything? You know what? We're going to start it off with Jordan because we done seen y'all boys a couple times. Jordan, how's everything with you, man?
I'm living the dream, bro. Living life, enjoying it. Just cooling, bro. Glad to be back. Talk some hoops. You know what I'm saying? Let Trey know that he don't know what the hell he talking about. Just excited to have those types of conversations.
Hey, we starting wrong off the gate. We starting wrong out the
Hey,
gate.
my fault. You know I'm just playing
I
around,
like
man.
this guy. I like this
You
guy.
know I'm just playing, man.
Nah,
Look, I just like to.
Go
Nah,
ahead
I just.
on Friday.
It's just.
I like
Right,
this guy. He
Man,
seems to know what he's talking about. I like this guy.
it's not, but it's nothing against Trey though. His braids just be too tight sometimes. But yeah, man, how y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? Glad to be
Nah,
back.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And like I appreciate you too making a little tribute to Brandon Ingram with the hairstyle you trying to do the fucked up fro.
Whoa, time
I
out.
appreciate that. Reese, how's everything with you there, brother?
Hey,
How's everything with
The FUF. Wow.
that's crazy.
Straight out
Throwing
the
the
gate.
flag.
It's
Throwing the
only the first
flag.
round, fellas. Jesus.
Throwing the flag.
Hey, I'm not gonna hold all y'all time. Freddie, on to you.
Hey,
I don't have nothing to say like that.
I said it once. I'll say it again. Knicks in 5.
And we'll say it once, we'll say it
Damn.
again. You were
I should have said. Maybe I spoke too soon about Trey. I should have talked to Freddie. Knicks in
What he
5.
said? What he said?
I said, and I'll say it once and we'll say it again. You will continuously be disappointed.
Oh, that's all right. That's all
I
right.
ain't gonna
But
lie.
like,
I should have came and Trey. Freddie, I should have talked to you with that
thank
nonsense.
you.
Let's
Hey, I
move
just
on.
want to put this out there. My
Yeah.
Knicks have had more playoff success than Kevin Durant over the past 3 years. So I don't even care. I don't even care.
Well, I mean,
Knicks
to
in
be
5.
fair, but to be fair, the Knicks, you know what I'm saying? Y'all sport the same jersey and play in the same place. Kevin Durant been halfway across the country over the last 2 years.
That man been traveling, yeah.
Yeah,
And I don't
it's
mean
it's a little different.
All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. We got the best division last, at least on the eastern side. It's the Atlantic Division. And again, the reason why I saved this one because you know they
Because of the
they
Knicks.
teams is in here. They teams is in here. So now Reese,
It's a little dry.
we're gonna transition on to your Celtics, all right?
Whoa, why can't we do Philly first? I don't want to talk about Philly last, man. It's painful.
Reese, do you want to talk about the Celtics last?
I'm out of me.
Okay, all right, that's a bet then. So then
Save the best for last. They're the best team in the division. Go ahead.
okay, all right, that's cool. So then
You're
Jordan,
right.
like
That's for not making the conference finals.
how much do you regret the Harden trade?
I didn't want to do it.
Oof.
I don't think I was shy about that when it was happening. The guy hasn't been in shape for 3 years.
No, I meant the initial one, like hindsight, like how
Hindsight
yeah.
hindsight being 2020, I didn't want to do it then. I wish we didn't do it now. I don't. James Harden, I think I was at your house when he went 0 for 9 in the fourth quarter. We was sitting watching the game, right? Living room. Carpet was very clean, right? Standing up to the side, drinking some jungle juice. Harden, he's not. In the words of Kobe Bryant, he doesn't play winning basketball. He never has. I don't think that he ever will. He's 32. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. And Joel Embiid, quite frankly, doesn't play winning basketball either. You got a guy who wants to ISO from the mid post and a guy who wants to ISO at the top of the key, run a high pick and roll. How the hell do you make that work in a playoff situation when everybody's studying the game and all you got is 2 sets, right? Ben Simmons, when we traded him, was the most 3-point assistant point guard in the NBA. Steph Curry was shooting 40. I mean, excuse me. Seth Curry was shooting 42% from 3 at the time. Those are the 2 guys that we traded to get James Harden, who gave us 9 points and 7 assists, like 5 turnovers in a game 7 against Boston, where him and Joel Embiid combined for 24 points, while Jalen Brown had 26 and Jason Tatum had what was it, Jarice? 50, it was 2 more than 49, right? So so it's, do I regret it? Absolutely. Did I want to do it? No. So it's like nothing's changed. I wish him the best wherever he goes. I know the strip clubs are cool in Toronto, somewhere, something like that. Find a place to throw some ones. But get the hell out of Philly. I'd appreciate it.
That's tough. That's tough. All right. So like
All
Freddie, Reese.
Yeah.
Talking crazy.
It's not crazy. Call a spade a spade. Tell me where I lied. I mean,
Okay, go. I
I
was
didn't say
gonna see which one of y'all had a little trepidation towards.
well,
Joe
no. So
before,
about the
so-
strip club and stuff that I was talking about, you didn't lie about that.
Oh,
oh no, the
But
strip club
now,
was out of pocket. No, that was out of pocket.
but
Because
I
my
would
feelings
say,
are hurt. My
no, I
feelings
would
are
say
hurt. That
this
was out
though.
of pocket.
I would say this though. For the simple fact that Ben Simmons only played 40 games over the last 2 years, and realistically, we don't know if he's ever going to play even a quarter of a season consistently again. And the fact that Harden,
Reason.
I mean, for whatever it's worth, Tyrese Halliburton was an All-Star player last year. Harden had the same exact numbers and didn't even get acknowledged on the first, second, third attempt to be an All-Star. I think we underappreciate him now. Yeah, I think we underappreciate him now. But also his upside, we remember, is always there. We saw his upside, right? What his ceiling can be: 45 points against Boston in game one to win that, or whatever it was, and then
42.
another 40-pointer in that
did
same.
make Reese do some
So,
push-ups.
so yeah, facts on wax. So listen though.
They lost.
So whatever it is, y'all lost in game 7. Joel didn't play great either. What I'm saying is
Still
this.
haven't been past the second
No,
round.
but look,
Bro.
I'll let you spit.
My
You're
fault.
right.
That's on me.
Let me get right.
It's personal.
Right.
I'm
He
sorry.
was on the court, right? He was on the court. That matters. He's on the court. Availability matters, right?
Ben was on
But
the court.
also, he showed you what peak Harden can be. So you go and get him for those specific. If Harden can win you 2 games, you expect for Embiid to be able to win you 1, and your team / coaching be able to win you 1. So they get him for that. Now, in hindsight, it's easy to say, "Nah, we shouldn't have got him," but you traded him for a person who wouldn't have been on the court anyway. So that's the only reason why I say it's not that bad. Now, if it's a matter of trading another superstar for Harden, all right, now I get you if they're on the court. But the guy you trading for ain't even on the court.
All right. Can I
That's it.
respond? Can I respond to that? Prior to the James Harden trade, Joel Embiid had won 0 games without Ben Simmons on the court in the playoffs. Ben Simmons had won 1 without
Sure.
Joel Embiid in the playoffs. The season prior, where Ben Simmons was traded, he was available in the series where they lost to the Hawks in the playoffs. Joel Embiid, I think, had 8 turnovers. Tobias Harris went like 3 for 11. And we blamed it on the pass on the baseline that he's been making all season, and that's the reason why he got moved. We could say that he got hurt that year. Personally, I'm Team Gill. I think he faked it because 20 million, a lot of money, and I would have faked it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think we done all called out sick on a day where we just wanted to not come to work before. Use that
Allegedly.
PTO.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. I've never done
Allegedly.
it. Albert,
Good catch,
right?
bro.
And of course I think that might have led to a real injury that gets us to this point where we're at now. But quite frankly, his availability at this stage in the game, I don't really factor in because a lot of that has to do with what actually happened in terms of the lawsuit that happened during the season. When we talk about basketball, we like to act like it's just X's and O's. There's a business to it. The man had a $35 million contract. He had been blasted by teammates and coaches before the season had started, and then the president of basketball let the world know that they wanted to get the hell rid of him. And then when he came into training camp, they tried to position him to be suspended indefinitely without pay based on being a hazard to the team because of a water bottle. Everybody likes to forget what actually fucking happened. So the man faked an injury and threw some mental health into it. Shout out Kevin Love to get his $20 million. I think he might have got hurt by virtue of sitting on the bench and not getting his ass up and getting to work because it's hard to sustain the ability to do something when you're not fucking doing it. It's easy to get hurt after you sit on your ass for 6 months. So when we talk about everything that has transpired, we can't forget the things that happened in the middle. James Harden also came onto the team after faking a hamstring and then got hurt with the hamstring. We still haven't been out of the second round of the playoffs, which is the same place that we got kicked out when we had Ben Simmons before, even at the time where we had Jimmy Butler. So it's not that it's easy to say that we should have not made the trade now. We shouldn't have made the trade because James Harden was not a guy who was great at getting playoff wins, which is why we went to get him in the first place. And since he's been here, we have gotten no further than we did before we had him. It's quite
Yeah,
frankly been a lateral move, and he's old, so there
but
wasn't any
that's
position for growth.
that's hindsight though.
It's not. I
And
said
so
all of
and
this
even
as
going
Trey. I said
forward,
all of that when the trade was happening.
but even going
Trey, did I
forward
not say
though,
all of that when the trade was happening?
right,
It
right.
ain't hindsight.
But that's
These
what I'm
these the
saying.
same thoughts from 2 years ago.
But listen to me. But that's
Go ahead.
hindsight now saying that, oh well, Harden did or didn't do this, right? We only got the game 7 of the second round and all that. The gist of everything right now, and kind of what I led with as well, is that Ben Simmons has not, for whatever reason, he hasn't been on the court for. He has not been available. Your product that you're paying, right, for has not been on the court. He's played 40 games over the past 2 years. Harden has played over 80, and he's played 2 playoffs there.
One of
That's
those
all I'm saying. So I'm
one of
not here to
those
judge
one of those 2
character
years
and
one of those
explain
2
when and
years
why.
one of those 2 years was a
But he just
legal
hasn't
battle.
been available. I want the
One of those
person
2
that's
years was a
available. I
legal
want to be able to
battle.
put my product on the
But one
court
of
that I'm
but
paying.
one of those 2 years was a legal battle where if he went to Brooklyn and then said, you know what, my back doesn't hurt anymore, and just started playing, the
Well, yeah,
lawsuit
he was injured
does
in
not work in
Brooklyn
his
too.
favor. I'm talking business right now. Business wise, if he had stepped on the court, Freddie, real rap, if he had stepped on the court the moment he got back and when he got traded to Brooklyn and said, my back don't hurt no more, they'd have said, oh, so you were faking an injury, and they'd have kept his $20 million.
So
That's
was
how
he?
business works. I
So
think that
you
it was a
telling me one of
business
two
decision.
things though, bro, Jordan. You either telling me that he faked an injury to get out away from your team, which is
Yep.
this is what this about as a
That's what I'm
Sixer
saying.
fan. Do you
That's
regret the trade? So if
Absolutely.
that's the case, if he faked that injury, would you even want him on your team in the first place? You know what I'm
He
saying?
faked an injury because I think here's what I'll say, and I'll say it clearly because I'm not involved in his case. His case has been closed, and I ain't no rat because I haven't spoken to him personally. I think that Ben Simmons faked an injury because in the postseason he was blamed for the fact that they lost to the Atlanta Hawks, even though he was not the worst performer in that game.
Like great
Then after
defense.
that, right, he was blamed by the coaching staff and by the star player, and
Mhm,
then ripped by the city.
mhm.
Then we come into the next season and water bottles our cell phones in practice, and he's not
Yeah.
showing up for training camp even though he's there, which is grounds to suspend a player indefinitely without pay. And
Got all of that.
so, in order to keep his money, because this is a job at the end of the day. We love the game, it's a sport, we fans and shit. These motherfuckers get paid to do that.
Yeah.
They said we not gonna pay you. They put him in position to be put. They made it such that they could take his money and not make him play while they shot him the fuck somewhere else. So he said, "Word, I'm hurt."
NBA
And
Players
not only did he say
Association,
I'm
though,
hurt,
man.
here's the better part. He said, "My mind messed up."
Mhm.
Because my mind messed up. Word to Kevin Love and DeMar DeRozan. Love you guys. I understand that it was real. Because mine messed up, you can't make him play. That's an injury that I can't prescribe. Just like a back injury, it's an injury that you can't prescribe. And
Yeah.
so
And
then he stays hurt to get the hell out of a situation that's hazardous for him. You ever been a place where you worked a job where your manager called you out your name and then nobody liked you and they didn't
well,
set you up for
yeah.
success and you wanted to quit?
So yeah,
You did
again,
what
I
you
don't.
had to do.
So the majority I don't disagree with. So that's why I think I
I
don't
don't think that
disagree
it's I
with
don't want
what
him
my
on my team. I don't want my
but
team. Matter of fact, let me bring it home. It's not that I didn't want him on my
your
team
man
moving
Joel Embiid,
forward.
your star
My
player, was
team,
reaching out to him. You
I
wouldn't reach back out
Trey,
to your star player. It was supposed
Did
to be
I
his
tell you
man.
that I wanted to trade Joel Embiid 4 years ago or not?
But that's
Yeah.
not. This isn't
Like
about
we
Joel
mentioned,
Embiid
it was
though.
about
Wait.
it was about
No,
Did
that's going
did I
right, going
say
up,
that
going
James
down.
Harden? Did I say that James Harden would not get us past the second round 2 years ago or
But
not?
that's
I'm
He's
not saying
on
it's not like you
the
think that I'm
championship. Yeah,
speaking
he
from
was
a
harder.
position
He
of
won
what
the
happened.
championship.
This
yeah.
I
But
said that this would be a
But you
fuck up
keep
from the
going away
beginning.
from, yeah, you keep going away
It's
from, again, it comes down to, regardless of why he just was not on the court. So that's all I'm saying. At least I got 80 games of a
you
guy
didn't get
being
80
on the
games out of
court,
James
giving
Harden.
me 20, giving me 22, 7, and 11, and we were still winning and still getting to the same spot. Think about it, if Ben
But
Simmons
you
was still
didn't
on the
get
sideline
better.
playing hurt
Hey,
and
Trey,
James
you didn't
Harden
get
was
better.
not there,
It was
then what
worthless.
were y'all?
It
That's
was
what I'm
it
saying.
was a worthless trade.
All right,
With a
well, look,
younger guy, you have the
take a
Okay,
quick
potential
go
to
ahead,
pause.
grow.
go
Let's
ahead.
take
It's
a
a
quick
worthless trade.
pause. Let's take a quick pause. I felt like y'all boys was getting a little genuine conversation. I didn't want to break it up, but I do want to talk about a team. I hear a mean echo. Hold on. Freddie.
Go ahead. We'll talk after.
Yeah, I'm about to say, hold on up. Listen, we're gonna have to go to the bonus rounds. So I'm just gonna let them. I'm gonna let them keep talking because I was
Me and Freddie
actually
ain't
kind of
gonna get
thinking,
along.
damn, everybody else got a drink but me. So we are officially off the clock. But we're gonna still keep this thing rolling, fellas. Y'all can keep talking. Reese, I don't know if you got to go anywhere or something like that.
Nah, my iPad is about to die, so I got
Okay, got it. Yeah, ladies and
That's
gentlemen,
what I
we
had
are
to do.
going to
That's
the
why I'm
bonus
over here
round,
now,
fellas.
man.
I appreciate y'all for coming on the show. Like, subscribe, comment, tell anyone who's anyone about the show.
Oh, I did not know you guys were still here. As you can see, we're at the back end of the show. No pun intended, but look, hope you all enjoyed it. And before you go, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the IG account, share the content to anybody who's anybody. And most importantly, leave your thoughts and comments below. But I gotta go back and play Buddy in 2K, so let me unmute him real quick. Excuse me. Hey, boss, I'm back. Nah, you better catch this word. You know we get buckets around here, too.